Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Asparagusisreading and this is my channel, Asparagusisreading. Today we're going to be doing the end of year book tag by Ariel Bissett. I do believe that she is the original creator of this video, so I'll put the link to that down below. So we're going to keep this short and sweet and really quick. It is about 6 or 7 questions. Let's not make the intro too long because y'all know I like to talk too much. So the first question is, are there any books that you started this year that you really need to finish? And yes, I started The Host by Stephenie Meyer probably 6 months ago. Who even knows how long at this point. Got a couple hundred pages through and just put it down because I didn't really want to read it at the time. And I'll pick it up every month, read like 5 to 10 more pages, and then put it back down again. So I'm thinking of doing is just picking up the audiobook and just putting it on 3 times speed and just pushing through it because I want it off of my currently reading. So if you don't know what The Host is about, it is about a girl named Melanie who lives in this somewhat, I guess, post-apocalyptic world. And they have these, I don't even know what to call them, aliens, beings. I don't know what to call them, these little things that kind of, I think they go in the back of your neck and they kind of like, they're hosts. They kind of like host your body. But in her body, hers is called Wanderer, and they kind of fight each other, I guess, on what they want, because Wanderer wants to be loyal to their kind and whatnot, and, you know, reveal what's going on. But Melanie wants to be loyal to her people and protect them and don't tell Wanderer certain secrets and things. They're kind of battling back and forth. In the process of this, Wanderer's starting to understand more about the humans and why Melanie's so protective, and, you know, her eyes are opened. You've probably seen the movie, you probably heard about this already. I just never read the book, so I'm trying to finish it. It is a huge book. I just really want to finish it. Just get it out the way. The second question is, do you have an autumnal book to transition to or help you transition into the end of the year? Not really. I have read a few books in autumn/fall, but they're not really transitioning me to the next year. I don't really read by season. I just read what I read. And they tend to be done by the next season happens. So I don't really know what book I would have for this. I am reading a couple books right now, like Becoming by Michelle Obama, such as A Sword and a Song by Rebecca Ross, The Host by Stephenie Meyer. I believe there's one more that I'm kind of like listening to. But I'll probably finish those by the week, so I don't really know if that answers the question. But the next question is there a new release that you are still waiting for? Yes, surprisingly there is. I'm shocked because typically a lot of the books that I want are already out by now, but there is one, and that is The Cousins by Karen McManus. If you don't know, I'm obsessed with Karen McManus after reading One of Us is Lying. And I know that is a very... one of the other book, a lot of people either hate her books or really love her books. It doesn't really seem to be a whole lot of in between. I can definitely see why people dislike it, but I really enjoy it because it's really like straightforward, quick and fast, easy to read, stereotypical high school teenagers. It's a guilty pleasure read, pretty much. And so The Cousins is about 3 cousins who barely know each other, don't even know their grandmother, don't even know anything about past history other than, you know, parents. And you know, one day they get an invitation to go work at their, I believe their grandmother's beach resort, hotel resort, some type of thing. And they're kind of like, that's suspicious, that's weird, but I'm here for it. And their parents are basically like, yeah, you're not taking no for an option, go to work. And so they end up going to their grandmother's, is it a resort, a house, what is it? Island resort, to go work there for the summer or however long it is. And, you know, they're thinking, like, okay, maybe we can bring the family together. Maybe get to know our grandmother. Maybe get closer with her. Get to know each other. Because, you know, 3 cousins. Yeah, so knowing Karen McManus, it's obviously a mysterious thriller. And so a lot of darker secrets start to come up. Grandma seems to have some other plans for these kids. And things start to happen. And I'm excited because this is a little bit different than her previous books, as far as I know. So the next question is, what are 3 books that you would like to read or want to read before the end of the year? So I'm gonna go again with The Host because I've been reading that forever and I would like to finish it. I also would like to read Kind of a Big Deal by Shannon Hale just because I've started it. I would like to get a review of on NetGalley. It also just sounds like really interesting. This is about a girl whose life is pretty great. She's, you know, kind of a big deal. And things seem to be going really well for her, really positive, blah, 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 living the best life. However, on the inside, she's not really happy how things are going, or at least things start to tumble and fall apart, etc. And she kind of starts to read as a way to escape. And boy, does she escape. So every time she reads, she basically goes into the story almost as a character and lives through what their lives and goes through what they go through. And she's really enjoying it. The issue with that is the longer she stays and the more she goes, the more likely it is for her to get stuck there. So this book is all about whether or not she stays and when she gets stuck and the things that she goes through. And the other book I'd like to read is A Song of Wrath and Ruin. I don't remember the author's name at the top of my head. This is about two people, two perspectives of the crown princess of... can't remember that place's name, and this boy. So the princess mother has recently died, and she decides that she wants to bring her back to life. And to do that, she needs the beating heart of the king, I believe, and or the prince, someone of royal blood. And the boy has multiple siblings, and one of them recently has been kidnapped and abducted. And for him to get them back, he needs to kill the crown princess or whatever. Yes, obviously these two are going to cross paths at some point, and I was like, that's about to be some juiciness, because he's trying to kill her and she's trying to kill the other person. Like, how's that going to work? So I think that would be really fun to see like how that plays out. And I've been hearing lots and lots of good reviews ever since, you know, like a couple weeks before publishing date. So I'm really excited to finally get into that. The next question is there a book that could still shock you, potentially become a favorite of the year? So my answer for this, you know, a week ago would have been Hawk by James Patterson. But since I have read it, the answer is no, it is not a favorite and it did not shock me. So Hawk is basically like book 10 or 11 in the Maximum Ride series by James Patterson. I believe it started off as a trilogy, then he added on a couple more, and then he added a couple more, then there's graphic novels, and now there's Hawk. Yeah, I know, me too. That's a whole lot for no reason. And so basically, this follows two perspectives, Maximum Ride and Hawk. Phoenix, I don't know her name. She has like 3 names throughout the book. It's really confusing. But basically, this is 10 years after Hawk, the main character, has been abandoned by her family and her parents. She doesn't really know anything about them. All she knows is that she was told by her parents to wait on the corner of the street for, I think, like half an hour for them to show up, and do it every single night until they show up. Well, it's been 10 years, they haven't shown up, so she's kind of just been like going on about her life, and you know, she has all these different things that she's going through because of the fact that she has wings. Now in this world, there's a lot of people who are born in test tubes or tested on or experimented on, and they end up becoming freaks and whatnot. And so there's people with wings, there's people with horns, there's people who can do all kinds of stuff, right? And they're not like in movies in the fantasy world where they just live naturally. They're experimented on and treated like crap and killed and all kinds of things like that. So she's, you know, trying to survive, basically. You know, during her daily survival life, she comes across this man who claims to be her father. And basically things go wild after that. They definitely go wild after that. I'm gonna be honest, I believe I gave this, I don't think I should rated it yet, but I'm currently trying to settle between a 3 or 3.5 star. It was okay. It's definitely very Maximum Ride. Like I get the same feelings from what I previously read Maximum Ride, but it wasn't, oh wow, a new book, a new Maximum Ride story. I wasn't very entertained or anything about that. It did start to pick up at a certain point, and I definitely got some interest at that point. But then it hit a certain point where I was like, oh, it ended. And then it kept going, and I was kind of like, oh. There's certain points that felt very unnecessary or very underdeveloped, so I was just like, why are we doing this right now? Or certain characters would just pop up for no reason and then they disappear again, and I was like, so unfortunately, that being one of my most anticipated books of the year did not impress me at all. The next question is, have you already started making plans for the next year? Do y'all know me? Listen, I plan like no other. I am always planning, I'm always organized, I'm always scheduling. I use Google Calendar, iPhone calendar, a planner type calendar. I use a bullet journal, which is not mainly for books, but I do put other things in there. I use my phone notes. I use Google Doc. Listen, I'm crazy. And so I've recently been wanting to get back into booktube. I got some inspiration. I've been doing all these things. I think I want to commit and keep doing it as a hobby. Maybe tell some friends and family about it and whatnot. And so I'm really trying to get into it. I also got these really big white like photography and video lights from a lovely subscriber that I want to put to use. They came a little bit before school started, I think, and like before weather went to crap, so I didn't want to use them and damage them because the weather here is awful. So I really want to put those to use at some point. And so I've already started planning out my videos for the next couple weeks. My plan is to do a video every Friday like I normally do, and occasionally videos on Mondays. Mondays tends to be vlogs or any other video that I couldn't get up on Friday, or any extra video. As of right now, I do believe I have a video like planned for every Friday to the end of January. I think there's 1 or 2 videos on Mondays for November, December, and February, January, excuse me. And I think I've already have an idea for February, but it just really depends on how the semester goes, because I do start school again this January. So I'm really hoping to pre-film and pre-schedule those, and then just see how it goes when I start to film some more a little bit later in the year. So yes, I am very planned. I am already on it. So something about me is that I do things fairly quickly, and so if I were to, I can film a couple videos in a day, get them edited and scheduled by the end of the week. Like I could do that. And so if I really schedule out my time right, I can definitely get a lot done and keep it up, because I used to always have like 2 to 3 weeks ready to go. I was always 2 to 3 weeks ahead. So I'm really hoping I get back into that and get some more content out and do the things. So if you have any video ideas, any bookstagram ideas, or anything like that, let me know. I'm thinking of doing some lives next year. Maybe some live reading sprints. Maybe hosting a readathon or 2. Doing some buddy reads. So if you're interested in any of those, please comment down below. I would love to co-host with somebody, do some buddy reads with people. Again, any video ideas, let me know. We could do some collabs and whatnot. Like, I'm down. I'm down. I am here. And we ain't going anywhere unless school becomes a hot mess. But we ain't going anywhere. Alright, so I think that's all the questions. Yeah, my screen. Yeah, that's it. I think it's all the questions. I'm a hot mess. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this end of the year book tag. I do. I don't do it every year, I think. I think I wanted it this year. If I have done it last year, I'll put it in the cards. I was thinking of doing a start of the year book tag or beginning of the year book tag. I was just not really sure if anyone has done that already. So basically the opposite of this for January, February. And so that hasn't been done yet. Comment down below, let me know if you want to see it, and that should be in the works and out January, February. Alright, so now we're going to do this thing that I do on all my videos now, is comment down an emoji. And today we're going to do a pink emoji, because there's a lot of pink right here, and I'm in a pink shirt. And I want you guys to subscribe to, or consider subscribing to, Sapphic Library. I believe that's what their channel name is. They did change it recently. And so I'll put a photo here and their username above, and this is them. So they are doing a lot of LGBT related videos and content recently. I don't remember what like really prompted this decision, but it has happened, and I remember seeing that change and I was like, yes, I am here for it. And I remember seeing their tweet go wild on Twitter about how they recently got an arc for One Last Stop, and they're really excited for it. And I kept seeing them in my feed, I don't think I subscribed to them at the time, but I know I was following, and I've kind of been obsessed with her videos ever since. So consider checking out their channel and subscribing, following, etc. on all the other socials, and I'll leave those links down below for you. And that is going to be everything for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.